There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. You know, people always say, Kris, how can I be a successful broker? It's two words, hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs in Finance, where we interview entrepreneurs who invested into the CCTG, or Commercial Capital Training Group program. I'm Kris Roglieri, CEO of Commercial Capital Training Group, but more about that later. What I'm here to do is, I know that a lot of you are Googling best franchise opportunities of 2021. It's a popular search term, and a lot of people are trying to figure out what's the best opportunity for them in 2021 and moving forward. So I'm here to provide a little bit of insight on what I think are good industries to start a business in 2021. And we have four. We picked four, the top four. I'm going to be doing a countdown, 4, 3, 2, and obviously number one is going to be the best opportunity that I think you should invest in for 2021. But you're going to have to save the best for last, so you're going to have to stay tuned and hang with me here for a couple of minutes until you find out what that number one opportunity is. So, you know, obviously the pandemic happened in 2020. We're still involved in it, but we're kind of seeing the light, right? Things are kind of easing up a little bit. But 2020, a lot of people came out of 2020 bruised up, beat up. A lot of industries changed a lot. And so here's where I think being a business owner for the last 22 years, where I think are pretty good opportunities to possibly invest in, or at least consider, okay? Number 4, the commercial cleaning business. You know, if you think about it, a lot of government entities and institutions and the workforce and businesses have to now invest into cleaning their environment that they operate in, right? So I think commercial cleaning services are going to be on the rise because no longer is it going to be a choice. It's probably going to be a mandate for certain industries. So I think that's a good industry to maybe think about. There's a couple of players in that industry that have been around a long time, and I'll mention a few. JamPro, that's been around forever. They have a low investment to get in and start a cleaning company. Vanguard is another one that's been around for a long time if that's kind of what you want to do. But again, I think with COVID-19, and I don't think it's going to go away, right? I think there's going to be some variations out there of the virus where it may become like a yearly vaccine that you're going to have to get, and therefore these services will be needed. Coming in at number 3 is the delivery business. Anything in the delivery business. 2020, we encountered and saw a lot of changes that business owners had to do in order to deliver their product to their consumers, right? So I think people are still kind of scared to go out. People fell in love with the convenience of having something delivered to their door so they don't have to go out and expose themselves and touch things. And so I think that's going to be a good industry in the next couple of years to possibly start a business in. There's a couple opportunities that come to mind when I think about that. One of them is the UPS store. They've been around forever. It's a great company, and I think, that has its advantages to invest in. And the other one that's up and coming, which is interesting, is Amazon. You know, Amazon now has a program where, you essentially buy a vehicle or a truck or a van, and they give you a route, right? And, I'm not going to talk about investment levels on here, but I just think in general, any type of delivery business is going to be on the rise here for 2021 and beyond. Coming in at number 2 is telemedicine, the industry of telemedicine. Now, that is relatively not a new industry. It's been an industry that's been around for, I'd say, the last 5, 6, 7 years, although it hasn't fully developed and matured yet, right? But I do think the few people that actually got to a level where they were testing things, really, the pandemic tested what telemedicine is about. And I think it passed the test, right? So if you had to go to the doctor in 2020 and it wasn't urgent, and you had maybe more of a physical, or maybe you had a rash on your skin, telemedicine really came to the forefront, and we saw a lot of practices doing that, and I think they learned a lot in the last year. And so what I'd recommend is just Googling telemedicine franchises, and I think a few will pop up. The downside to that a little bit is that it's not a mature industry yet. There's still a lot of growth. There's still a lot of improvement, and the companies that are in it are probably going to be relatively young because it's not like it's been around for 20, 30 years, as in like some of the UPS stores or, Amazon and things of that nature. So, ready for the what I call the best opportunity for 2021 and beyond? Okay, maybe we'll get a drum roll here. Ready? Commercial Capital Training Group. If you could see the sign in back of me. Now, I know one of you guys are probably saying, Jesus, I sat through this whole thing just to learn about your own company, Kris. Well, yes, you did. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? First of all, Commercial Capital Training Group is not a franchise, although we support you like a franchise would. We're not a franchise in that you pay a one-time investment, but there's no royalties. You're independent. Your business is your business. We don't take any royalties from that, but we do support you like a franchise. And what is the opportunity? Well, it's a chance to own and operate your own commercial finance company with literally, no risk of your own capital, if that makes sense. You're not lending money to people. We automatically approve you with a list of over 50 lenders to do business with, and these lenders are going to pay you commission for essentially finding business owners and commercial real estate investors who need capital. If you think about it, what is the common denominator that everybody needs to have in order to buy a cleaning franchise or a telemedicine franchise or any franchise for that matter? What is it? It's capital, right? And capital, no matter how you look at it, essentially money makes the world go around. So it is the common denominator in virtually everything that exists in this world, right? You need capital. And so our opportunity is very, very unique in the industry. It's actually one of the only opportunities that's really recession resistant, right? And I say recession resistant because our opportunity excels in not only a growing economy, because if the economy is growing, what do you need to sustain that growth? Capital. However, in a down economy, when banks pull back and they're not aggressively lending, what happens to that demand? Well, it goes way through the roof, right? It goes up. So in a down or up economy, you need capital, and our opportunity is there to fill that void, right? Now, you may be thinking, well, I could just get capital from a bank. Well, maybe you can. However, do you know if that's the right option for you? Do you know if that's the most competitive option? And keep this in mind, only 23% of small businesses get approved by FDIC-insured banks. So that means another 80%, give or take, get declined, and where do you go after that, right? Well, with our opportunity, you'll be bigger than any one bank in the country, right? Because you don't have restrictions. You don't have credit restrictions, geography restrictions, dollar amount restrictions. You represent a one-stop shop for any business owner, small or large, or real estate investor who needs capital. You're there to bridge the gap and grow a business and get paid for doing so. We've been around for 12 years, okay? We've produced over 1,000 entrepreneurs. We've created the most finance entrepreneurs anywhere in the country, and we're an Inc. 500 company, and we have a Better Business Bureau rating of an A+ or better, and we're the leader in our industry. And why is that? Because we're not a franchise, right? And again, it's your own independent business, and again, you're dealing with something that every single person needs, which is what? Capital. Money's not a fad. It doesn't go out of style. Again, no matter how you look at it, it is always at a high demand. And what gives proof to that is 2020 was a record year for us, where we produced the most entrepreneurs and people invested in our company because it's a work-from-home opportunity. So you can work from home. Some people have offices, but it's a work-from-home opportunity. Very little overhead besides the capital investment. And it's very, very inexpensive to grow at that as well, where you don't have to buy another territory or another franchise fee in order to grow this business. So hopefully you found that insightful. If you want to learn more about Commercial Capital Training Group and what we have to offer and what makes us the leader in our field, go to our website, commercialcapitaltraining.com. You could speak to one of our enrollment specialists and get the facts on who we are, what we do, and what the opportunity is. Or you could subscribe to our YouTube channel here, Commercial Capital Training Group, and watch various testimonials and even people that I've interviewed that went through our program from all walks of life. And remember, you don't have to have experience to be successful in our business, okay? So hopefully you found that insightful. Good luck on your journeys, and possibly I'll see you later. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. You know, people always say, Kris, how can I be a successful broker? It's 2 words, hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business.